Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the regular board meeting of Dundee Township for March 2026. I call this meeting at order at 7:56 p.m. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day.
Here.
Trustee Drake. Trustee Bixmer.
Present.
Trustee Harney.
Here.
Supervisor Shaw.
Here. Okay, we now have a quorum. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I always miss when I say amen. Huh? Someone says amen. No, I miss it.
Public comment, Madam Clerk.
Ray Auger.
Good evening again, Township Board members. Again, my name is Ray Auger. I'm a member of the Mental Health Board, and what I wanted to speak about here was a motion tonight that you're going to make to approve an intergovernmental agreement. The first thing that I want to say about this is that this is the first time I've seen this. So as a Mental Health Board member, I would expect that the Mental Health Board would see a proposal for such a motion to make sure that we are in consensus. I've not seen that. Obviously, we've had a quorum problem, so we've not voted on it ourselves. So while I think intergovernmental agreements are good, I think we should be doing more sharing, as we talked about earlier, or you talked about earlier with some other general assistance items. This is a good idea. But again, it's got to be shared with the board ahead of time. And unfortunately, with our quorum problem, we need the board tonight to reach some compromise, appoint 3 board members to fill the slots. If you're not able to do that, I would request you to consider opening the pool back up again and see if further applicants can be found that would be suitable to the Township Board. But right now, we're in a quagmire here. We cannot move forward because we do not have the people, and things like you're proposing here in an intergovernmental agreement can't be voted on by us, even if you were to pass it tonight. One other thing I'll add is, in just reading the first paragraph, I was kind of surprised that we were considered a political subdivision of Dundee Township. That seemed a little contrary in that we are a subunit of the governmental, but I didn't consider us political. We've been trying to operate in a non-political manner, so it just took me off guard. Thank you for your time.
Steve Steinberg.
Oh.
Claire Britt.
My name is Claire Britt, and I'm a property owner in unincorporated West Dundee. Don't worry, tonight I won't be talking about suicide or gun violence. I won't be talking about depression or anxiety or self-mutilation or drug abuse or alcoholism or online bullying or narcissistic personality or bipolar disorder. I'm not going to talk about post-traumatic stress or schizophrenia or gambling addiction or deprogramming from coercive persuasion or hoarding or surviving sexual assault or domestic violence. And I'm not going to talk about rebuilding a family after divorce or burying a pet or disordered eating or processing grief after the loss of a loved one. We come into this room with distinct backgrounds, varied beliefs, diverse experiences, and unique perspectives. It's beautiful. It's America. I think we have more in common than we think we do. I know every person in this room has felt the pain that comes with the loss of a loved one. And if nothing else, let us be united in knowing that pain. Mental health is heavy and the stakes are high. I'd like to take a moment to thank Supervisor Shaw. Since you have failed in doing your job to appoint realistic, professional, experienced people to the Mental Health Board who do not have a history of blocking funding for mental health, you have given me the chance to make meaningful connections within my community. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to get to know my neighbors.
Mark Evler.
Good evening. I'm Mark Avalar, longtime resident of Dundee Township, a little over 31 years. As has been said earlier and in the previous public hearing, quorum problems with the Mental Health Board. It has been over 90 days since the Mental Health Board had a quorum at a meeting. The last time was December 16, 2025. And what has happened? 2 members' terms expired and rolled off, 1 resignation. We're down to 4. And yet, here we are on March the 18th, and nothing has happened as far as an appointment. We've had an attempt. The trustees, through advice and consent, as is their right, felt that the initial appointments by the supervisor were unqualified, based on their understanding of the law. It's on the agenda tonight. I really and sincerely hope Supervisor Shaw will do the right thing and appoint the 2 members who the Mental Health Board, the 3 people the Mental Health Board recommended, Dr. Michelle Wright for the unexpired term and the other 2, Non Arimura and Amber Cotter, for the full 4-year terms from March the 1st through February 28th, 2030. It can be a rolling 4 years, that's in the statute. But speaking of the statute, we've now had to take an option to have to go through Springfield to finally and permanently resolve this issue if this township board through the supervisor cannot resolve it itself. And that is something known as House Bill 4616, sponsored by Representative Ness. And currently it only brings controls to an appointing authority removing a mental health board member. Basically, just like with advice and consent, you're going to now make it require that you have a vote of the governing board before you can remove that. Twice in this township this has happened. Once in 2022, an attempt was made on December 11th, even with law enforcement, which did not succeed. And it's all on video. But an amendment has been filed, and it will be published by Friday's House, Counties, and Townships Committee hearing that will also put a proper safeguard to ensure that the appointing authority, whether the supervisor or a county board chair for a mental health board, makes an appointment that will win advice and consent within 60 days. Because if they don't, then it's up to the entire governing board. It has to have a majority vote to be approved. Other things include allowing the members who are rolling off the board to continue to serve on the board until their successors have been appointed and approved. Thank you to the community who have all filed witness slips. Continue to file the slips for Friday's hearing. Thank you. This is going to end one way or another. Thank you.
Jared Sanchez.
Thank you, Madam Supervisor and the Board of Trustees. Jared Sanchez of Dundee. I'm here tonight to speak to you about filling the 3 vacant seats on the Mental Health Board, and also to immediately begin the process of removing Joe Connell from the Mental Health Board for the reason of neglected duty. It's been 3 months, Madam Supervisor, that the Mental Health Board has not been able to meet because of lack of quorum. We could blame Joe Connell all we want, but at the end of the day, as the elected supervisor, full-time, making over $90,000 a year, we do look to you to be the leader on this issue and to get it done. And I know it's been hard for you. It's been a difficult go. But as somebody who could switch hats and speak from the experience of being an elected official on the Kane County Board for the last 9 years, I've learned a few things about getting things done in local government. It's not intuitive or second nature. Two of the things you absolutely have to learn in order to get things done. So one is the art of compromise, and the other is counting your votes. Now, in a good compromise situation, both parties come to the table and they leave with an agreement that both of them are unhappy with. That's a sign of a good negotiation. It means they're agreeing to something, but everybody's got to give up a little something. You got to have a little skin in the game to show good faith, and it creates a balance in that power. So tonight you have the option, Madam Supervisor, of proposing a compromise plan by selecting for the 2 full-term empty seats the top 2 recommended choices, candidate choices by the Mental Health Board, and then for the unexpired term, placing your top choice, Mr. Ken Schaefer, in that unexpired seat for the next 2.5 years. And if he does a good job, he'd be in a good position to be reappointed if he so chooses. But the votes, do you have the votes? And I took the liberty of making some phone calls, and I can tell you with confidence that tonight at this table, your table, you have the votes to pass this compromise plan. It's a plan that both sides have to give up a little, but I think if we can all agree to it, we can finally move forward on this issue and get things done with the Mental Health Board. That's 3 months that services have not been going out to residents. That is harming them. These residents need these services to be performed, and the longer we wait, the more we're holding those benefits back from them. So hopefully you'll be able to come to that agreement on the compromise tonight. On the issue of Joe Connell, he has been on a radio show recently with yourself, Madam Supervisor. It's on YouTube for everyone to watch. He openly admits that what he is doing is willfully not going to the Mental Health Board meetings in order to obstruct the business, essentially holding it hostage unless his candidates get placed on the board. You know, he's working as an operative of the local Republican Party in this instance instead of a 7-way board member. And so for that is the definition of neglect of duty. And so I would ask that it's your responsibility, your authority, Madam Supervisor, to begin the process of removing Joe Connell from the Mental Health Board for neglect of duty. Thank you.
No further comments.
Okay, we'll close this portion of the meeting. The next item is reports. Okay, so County Board Member Chris Caius.
Madam Supervisor and trustees, thank you for having me. Chris Caius, King County Board member for District 23. Gosh, I hate following all of that stuff. Gooder news is that we have the bison, and I mentioned that before, and they will be open and available to view on May 1st out at the Burlington Forest Preserve. There's a new tree line, and unfortunately I gave away all my tree lines. I'll make sure you guys get a copy of the new tree line for the Forest Preserve as well. I stopped by the senior center and dropped them off there, not thinking I'd have to have them tonight. On the county side, not Forest Preserve side, I know you're aware that there's been an election recently, and so there's a lot of signs around. If you've got a basement full of them or a garage full of them, or you want to get rid of some of them, will have recycling available for signs that are no longer necessary, and I would be happy to collect those. We will be collecting them and take them down from here to our government site in Geneva starting the 19th, which is tomorrow. We'll have a dumpster down there and separate them and put the plastic in and make sure that they get recycled and the metal in so that it gets recycled. It's accessible 24/7. Right behind the government center down by the Forest Reserve down there at the far end. But if you can't make it down and you want to make sure that they get recycled, instead of throwing them away, let me know and I will be happy to collect them and take them down.
Hey Chris, that starts on the 19th. When does it end?
We're to the 29th, 10 days. So we have it there for 10 days. So we've got a couple of weeks, 10 days to work on it. So I'd be happy to do that. I collected all the ones around the polling locations today, and I'll be taking those down in the next couple of days. So I've got a couple carloads to go probably. It's a busy season. Then we We do have a new King County Recycles Green Guide out now. This hasn't been distributed, but it's going to be available very soon, and I'll bring copies here to leave them at the office. But be aware that it has the whole county involved in it, and lots of good information. So look for that in the very near future. It's online as well. And I think that's it, unless you have questions.
How's the river coming? How's the river coming? What's happening in the river, anything?
Well, the river looks good to me. I was driving up and down it today. Looks good. As far as the dam removal, there's a, and I think it was recently published in our Energy and Environment Committee. There's this sand and gravel that was behind the dam is slowly working its way down through the river. So you'll see temporary islands just below the dam by Otto there. Things are changing. It's a river. It's dynamic. It happens the water's high now, of course, because of all the rain and melt. So you'll see it change as it evolves. It's much healthier, and it's getting there. Help those mussels out. They'll be healthier there and filter feeding the river to clean it up. Thank you. Sure. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mental Health Board report was given to everyone?
No,
It's up there.
I have going first. Is that okay on the agenda?
Well, he already gave it. He's fine with it.
Okay. I have this one, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
The Mental Health Board, it's up there, you can read it. It's
You
just.
want to turn it off?
Yeah. There you go.
Speak up.
Okay. Again, the board cannot meet, as you all know. We've talked about it a number of times. The only bills that the board can now pay are bills that were incurred in 2025, and that is based on the legal opinion of our attorney, whom we can no longer consult with because we can't pay her anymore. But I do have it in writing, and we're nearly through the first quarter of the calendar year for grants for this fiscal year. And because we continue to lack a quorum, we cannot distribute any of the money for grants. Mr. Avalar and I appeared on WRMN radio on February 27th, where we talked about the mental health programs and the things that are going on. And last week, I appointed an ad hoc work plan and grant committee, which allowed Mr. Auger and Ms. Corrins and myself to at least discuss a few things about the work plans. I want to give Ray Auger a big shout out here for his work on the work plans. They're pages and pages long. There are 16 of them. It's very tedious, and I give him credit. He has the kind of mind that apparently will thrive on that, and quite frankly, I do not. So I'm deeply grateful for his help. And let's see, and Ray, I apologize for this. I did request, I was concerned about our ability for administrative services. Ms. Beacon was our interim administrator at the 708 board. We are one full board meeting on the 708 board away from hiring a full-time administrator, but unfortunately, again, we can't do that. And so we are now without administrative services, which unfortunately means that I will have to do this, which is going to be painful for all concerned, especially for me. But Mr. Auger is absolutely right. This board will have this intergovernmental agreement before it tonight, and hopefully it will pass, because then we can do our part. And then it will go to the 708 board when it's fully constituted, and they can either accept it or reject it or offer suggestions and everything. It's just in terms of expediency and moving things along. Mark and I felt that that would be a way to get things going more quickly. I want to thank Ms. Began for all of her wonderful help, both in the last few days and before this, but at this point, it will be me being the administrator. As I said, that is a sad thing. So I will tell you now, it won't be done well. I will do the best I can, but my computer skills are not what I wish they were for this kind of thing. I also want to read 2 letters that I have from providers. The first one is from Lindsay Keisman. She is with, she's the director of Pivotal Counseling Center, one of our grant recipients. And she also includes, her programs include Minds Matter and Pivotal Access Grant. We awarded those funds, but we're not able to finalize it. The people there have been working without pay, she has that underlined, because of the inability to conduct board business. We've been unable to launch one of our programs because of the inability to conduct board business. We spent several hours attempting to attend meetings that were canceled due to quorum issues and communicating with board members and interim staff. We spent staff hours watching meetings and recordings trying to understand what is happening. We have much more important things to do with our time, such as saving lives. Please stop. Please refocus on what actually matters here. Your community members are in need. Funds, resources, and providers are ready to help. I ask you all to support the Dundee Township Mental Health Board's suggestions for board members and approve their placements ASAP. If you receive another no vote, I urge you to hold a special meeting to secure a yes. Stop delaying. Every day you delay is another person who isn't receiving care. Every day you delay forces me to consider whether I want to connect myself with your township again. If this continues, you will lose the providers and their trust. No service provider can work for free for months at a time. Would you? Mental health is not political. It is a family in crisis. It is a person barely hanging on. It is you, me, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Lindsay Keisman. The second letter I received is from Bernadette May. She is head of family services. And she asked that this be read into the record. And I will provide both these letters to you, clerk. Dear Dundee Township Supervisor, Clerk, and Trustees. And by the way, this first letter was addressed to Supervisor Shaw and the trustees, the township trustees. Dear, I am unfortunately unable to attend the meeting this evening. Therefore, I am writing in regard to the current vacancies on the Dundee Township Mental Health Board and the resulting lack of a quorum, which has halted the board's ability to conduct essential business, including the approval and execution of contacts for critical mental health services. The Mental Health Board plays a vital role in ensuring that community members have access to high-quality, evidence-based behavioral health programming. At present, the inability to move forward with funding decisions is directly impacting service providers and, more importantly, the individuals and families who rely on these services. We respectfully urge the township trustees to prioritize the timely appointment of qualified, experienced candidates who can effectively partner in evaluating programs, stewarding public funds, and advancing the township's commitment to mental health and community well-being. Strong board leadership is essential to maintaining the continuity of care and upholding the integrity of the funding process. We recognize that thoughtful appointments are important. We encourage a focus on candidates with relevant expertise in behavioral health, community services, and fiscal oversight to ensure the board can operate effectively and responsibly. There is certainly a place for those with lived experience on the board, but mental health professionals have a distinct knowledge that helps ensure that township funds are effective and efficiently sent towards services. We value our partnership with Dundee Township. Thank you for your attention to this urgent matter and for your continued service to the community. Bernadette May, Chief Operations Officer for Family Services Association. Both of these individuals asked that I read these letters at the meeting, and I will give them to the clerk. I did not provide copies for any of the rest of you, but I can do that if you would like.
It's in our emails.
Yeah, we got the emails.
I'm sorry?
We got the email too.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, all right. And then for anyone else who is interested, I have a wonderful synopsis of the grants that we have allocated but not been able to approve. I want to give Katie Began thanks for doing this. As I said, there are 16 grants. Each grant has many, many pages to it. They're complex. Only Ray can go through them and make sense of them. And so, and then he explains them to the rest of us. But this is why we need to get this done. So this is available. I can make copies for anyone who wants it. And that ends my report. Thank you.
Okay, the next one, Assessor.
Good evening, trustees and
Supervisor Shaw. The assessor's report this month, we've gotten busy today. We're usually busy, but today, well, yesterday the mail went out and the senior freezers came out, senior freeze applications. We took care of 20 applicants today, which was quite a few for the first day. So kind of like general assistance, we have forms we have to fill out, or we help the seniors fill out, and we have to go through tax returns, audit, and various amounts of different fields to fill out and instructions to follow. It's a tedious process, and we're happy to help the seniors because it is confusing. And they know of us, they come to us every year. I believe only Elgin Township is the other township that helps the seniors within King County. There are two other entities, I think Elgin Senior Center and Aurora has one too. But as far as assessor's offices, it's Dundee Township and Elgin. So we're happy to help. We've also been busy with divisions, and that's where the county, well, there's a new subdivision that comes online, and we have to do a lot of, well, it's not paperwork anymore, but we have to do subdivide one parcel into 100 or 200. We have to put all the names and addresses and ownerships and just a lot of tedious work, but we're busy with that with all the new subdivisions coming in online. Residential subdivisions, also Habitat for Humanity, we're putting in that subdivision up in Carpentersville, so that's coming through now also. We're also working on the website update. We had some training on that, I mentioned last month. Now we are getting into it. We're working on the verbiage and just the way it flows. Also, we'll be working a little bit with the FOIA forms. That could be a little tricky, so we're going to our education classes next week. We're going to Bloomington Normal for our IPAI conference, Illinois Property Assessment Administration Conference. And hopefully we get some direction on ADA compliance that we need to adhere to for our website, and those PDF forms that Mark's shaking his head.
I'm happy to talk to you about it.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We could use some guidance there. And lastly, we're getting ready to close our books. That's just finalizing our numbers for this year, making any adjustments for new construction. We have to prorate numbers for the houses that are completed as of like March 31st, just 31 days of March, I don't know. We'll have to prorate that date for the assessment. It's not just for the full year, it's only a partial year. So we have to do things like that to close our books and send them to the county. That's about it. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next one, we will go to Kirby from Open Space.
Nice to see everybody again. Thanks for having me back. I'm Kirby, the Natural Areas Foreman for the Township's Open Space Program, for those of you who do not know who I am. So just some highlights from our past month of activities out on the properties. Getting closer towards spring, so still kind of doing seasonal tasks, wrapping up non-native invasive brush and tree removal, trying to tie off those loose ends before the growing season tasks start up, maybe whenever. Ooh. Yeah, I'll talk about it. You guys go on. There you go. Again, sorry. Just trying to wrap up clearing activities so we can set the stage for the growing season activities as soon as spring decides to come. This year, besides, despite recent weather events, this is a year we look to do prescribed burns. It's a great beneficial tool for our restoration work. Maybe one of the most important tools that we have in our arsenal maybe one of the most cost-effective too. In short, prescribed burns help reduce the amount of dead plant material on the ground. This plant material, if built up, has several negative impacts on our local habitats. It can hinder new plant growth. It can lower soil temperature. It can inhibit normal soil bacterial activity. It intercepts and absorbs rainfall. Prescribed burns help mitigate some of these impacts. The burns also help to inhibit new growth for non-native invasive brush and trees, recycles nutrients back into the soil, and just promotes the growth of native plant species. It also helps us to prevent uncontrolled wildfires in the area, and it opens our woodlands and savannas and prairie floors to more sunlight, so the native plants we're trying to get established can flourish. We conduct these burns under supervision with me as burn boss. We use natural, artificially created fire breaks. We have clear objectives that I state in the burn plans that I've written for our properties, and they're performed under specific weather conditions, and so we can conduct them safely and we can manage our smoke. So just a couple of pictures as we go through here. Some of our early important burns are to the left, the dry hill prairie, and then to the right is the west prairie out at Dixie. Both of these habitats have rare plants that we do monitor for. The hill prairies are kind of on a 2-year rotation, so this was its burn year, and also a year that we're monitoring for a rare plant that exists on that dry gravel hill. And then the same for the west prairie. Have another rare plant that is monitored in that prairie, and it germinates early, so important to get the fire down now before that plant germinates and blooms. And then we can go to the next page. So again, just some pictures. Picture on the top left is the west prairie, again another burn out at Dixie. Picture on the right shows a trail being used as a fire break. You can see the burn unit to the left. The unburned unit to the right, so using volunteers and certain ignition techniques, we're just able to use some of those trails as fire breaks. The picture on the bottom is a prairie burn out at Salamander. Just a nice complete burn there. Usually after a burn like that is a good time to go in and put native seed down. It increases the ground, seed contact for the ground. And that black earth is kind of warmed up by the sun. Helps germinate those seedlings for the seed. We can go to the next page. So just talking a little bit about, not to bore you with all ignition techniques. The top left is, once you're to get fuel fire going in the interior of the unit, we can do some different techniques. This is called the circle technique. Basically, when we're trying to light these fires, we're trying to keep everything burning low and slow, burning into the wind, utilizing the wind when we need to. So these techniques are just a couple to able to get ignition into the interior of the unit. The one on the top right is called the chevron technique. It's basically lighting the line perpendicular to your back burn, and that allows the flames to spread on kind of a V formation. So again, keeps the flames low and slow. These help advance black areas downwind, and like I said, keep flame heights lower, rates of spread slower, and you get longer residual contact between the fire and the ground, so you get more of a complete burn. So that's kind of what we're looking for. And then what we do in the prairies, we do in the woods. So the woods is a little bit different. A lot of preparation in the woods to blow around snags and things we do not want to burn. Burning the woods this time of year when natives haven't really popped up yet. It's a good time to get in and get the leaves burned. It's basically like a big leaf burn. And the lower right picture is you can't really see it here, but it's, the reason why we're doing it this time of year is the garlic mustard seedlings are up, so this fire just goes right through those and kind of kills those off for the season, which is a great thing for us and the woods. And the next page. Again, just more burning. So the burn window is so short this time of year. It hasn't been a great one with kind of the weather being up and down, winds and humidity and rain and snow. So when we get days when we're in prescription, we're out there trying to burn. Here's some big burns out at 60-acre prairie on the east side of Dixie. You can see the top left, you know, a lot of fuel here to burn, so a lot of smoke, fire, the smoke gets up and the transport winds gets out of there. And then you end up with a nice clean burn like on the top right there, nice black burn through and through. And then just the middle photos, some burns conducted at Raceway Woods. Again, just a nice complete black burn. The one on the right shows a little bit of a backfire with the head fire. The wind would be coming from the right to left on that photo. And then once in a while when we have everything blackened and we're pretty safe, we can let fires rip, and that's what we did there at Jelky, that bottom picture. That's a head fire that's raging, and that's going to burn right into an area that's previously burned, so as soon as it hits that, it just snuffs itself out, burns itself out. All right, we can do the next page. So hopefully more burns to come. There will be more burns to come, so we can talk more about that next month. As I said before, just trying to clear up, tie up clearing projects. So here's some photos of clearing along Dixie Creek. Photo on the bottom, clearing locusts and basic brush out at Jelky Creek. And then also didn't have photos for these, but had good work days at Salamander Springs and Helm. Again, clearing out the woods. One of the big results is we clear out these invasive species, and it leaves the unit open that we can start putting fire and then start putting seed back in and get those natural cycles kind of reactivated in some of our township properties. And then lastly, we'll go to the last page. Dabbling into a little bit of erosion control. This is out of Dixie on the east side. Have some street runoff that's creating a problem on our property, and results are gullies, bank erosion in the ravines. So we're doing a little backyard stabilization here using material in-house, on-site. Those pictures are logs placed with perpendicular to gradients of surface water flow to help kind of, basically we're just trying to dissipate energy of the surface water that's coming off the streets, flowing into the open space, causing all this erosion. So logs placed here and there to help kind of slow the flow, dissipate energy, and there'll be some more to speak about this as we have some other plans for this area too. And then the last picture is just a fire hydrant dog toy we found when we were burning at Dixie, so I thought I'd make a silly photo, and that's all I have. Thank you. Any questions?
That's great.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next one, cemetery.
Good evening, Township Supervisor and Trustees. Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Salas, Cemetery Manager over at Dundee Township Cemetery. I want to start off with the announcing our spring cleanup for Dundee Township Cemetery has begun March 6th. The snow delayed it slightly a bit, just makes it a little more difficult picking up decor covered in snow, but nonetheless, it's still continuing. During this time, cemetery staff will be removing seasonal decorations, debris, and other items that may interfere with routine ground maintenance. The annual cleanup helps prepare the cemetery for spring and summer maintenance season that ensures the grounds remain safe and well maintained. Some cemetery grounds work here for the next slide that's been ongoing here has been worked on our dumping station to get us ready for the season. It's basically in our rear of our property on the east line where all the holes that we dig with dirt that we save and dump goes onto the rear end for what we can use and then reuse to fill in the holes. Usually there's times where when weather conditions are really wet and muddy, shouldn't be worked back there, so that's so the time when the ground is stable is the best time for when we try to maximize space in order to prepare for the season. Onto the next slide, one thing that we did have up and separated there is our rock separator. The maintenance team continues to focus on keeping the cemetery grounds orderly and properly maintained for visitors. That's also in our rear of our property. So example, section 17, which is the new northern half section that we opened up at our cemetery. Just the grounds are very, very different from the older side of our cemetery. A lot of sand, clay, granite, and rock that we bring out of there, a lot of color. And we're separating that and working with other departments in order to be able to hopefully this upcoming spring and summer season be able to offer you lots and lots of quarry rock, cobble, and whatever plans can come up to help the township. I'm sure somebody would be able to use that from our grounds. Total number of burials this month were 10. Total number of grave sales, 11. Total number of deeds sent out were 11. Total sales and transactions were $35K, $213 and 20 cents. That concludes my report. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the report section for tonight's meeting. The next item on the agenda is approval of meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve February 18, 2026 regular meeting minutes as presented?
I'll motion.
Second, please.
Second. Tammy's got it.
Okay, so the motion was made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Fixamer. Is there a discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer? Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes. The motion carries and the minutes are approved as presented. Next item, we'll move to approval of treasurer's report. With us this evening is Tom from Governmental Accounting LLC. Mr. Coughlin, you have the floor.
Okay. So we wrapped up our fiscal year to the end of February. So on that first summary page, kind of just, I'll stick to that for the most part. So overall, the township brought in about $5.6 million of revenue for the year. That was 98% of budget. On the expense side, total expenses were about just shy of $4.9 million. We're at $4,863,815. That's 81% of the budget. So overall, across all of our funds, there was a surplus for the year of $738,724. The majority of that came from road and bridge. They're at $383,770. That was made up of infrastructure expense, budget expenses not being used yet, lower than expected salary amounts, things like that. So everything seems fairly consistent from what we've seen in the past with any surpluses there, as well as the capital fund surplus there just from shifting excess funds from the town fund cemetery over to that to build up that capital reserve, and then additional capital projects didn't occur that were budgeted. So that's what's making up that overall surplus for the township itself. So through the end of the fiscal year, we're sitting at a fund balance of $5,655,202. So these are preliminary. Obviously, we'll be doing the audit in the upcoming months, so there might be small changes, but this is what you have so far.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented?
I'll motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Harney. Is there a discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes, the motion carries and the treasurer's report is hereby approved as presented. We will move on to audit and approval of bills. Mr. Coughlin, could you please present the bills?
Sure. So bills from, we'll be looking at February 13th through March 11th. Once again, that's just from the day after the last report was prepared till when it was submitted this month. So the town supervisor bills total $32,299.56. The assessor was at $13,234.53. There was no expenses for the clerk this month. Open space was at $27,316.34. GA $860.52. The cemetery was $15,237.80. Road and bridge in total $160,881.20. And then the mental health board $7,480.
Okay, so as the mental health board, how can we tell if the invoices are for last year or this year?
So some of them do say Q4 of 2025, others say services through 1/31/26. I would have to refer to the individual invoices for.
Okay, so how do we do this, council?
So it sounds
Because we
like,
cannot approve what is not under contract?
They're all under contract.
it sounds like,
There was only one program expense, that was pivotal counseling, and that was for Q4 2025. Their funding agreement ends or expires, I think I explained it to you.
No, I think we
December
need contracts, so we need to table this until we can
No,
have
we
the council.
contracts. Those are contracts that are already executed.
if it's 131 through 131/26 is fiscal year 26. It's the same fiscal year.
They're all through 121 or 131?
The amount that you just read through 131, that was our legal counsel. Okay, so those were services through 131. Our fiscal year ends end of February. The pivotal counseling is a program expense, and that was through Q4 2025. That's an approved expense for an executed contract that expired December 31st, 2025. ACMI is a subscription, and Metopio is the community survey that we contracted with, and that's the balance on their contract. So these are all 2025 expenses.
But we don't have the contracts.
Well, you can make a motion to table and you can vote on it.
Why would we table?
Well,
We
if
need-
she's not satisfied with, she wants to see the contracts, right, she can make a motion to table, you can vote on the motion to table. That would be a motion to press.
I would like
there's no
Mr. Kinsey to
discussion.
look at the contracts.
Why?
Because we cannot be paying them if their contracts are expired.
No, the contracts aren't expired.
I know, so we should have a copy of it.
The services were rendered through 2025. The contracts expired 2025. Those services are billed.
In this fiscal
We
year?
got the bill,
In your
right?
fiscal year?
but the services were rendered in 2025.
And do
in
the
December
invoices say
2025.
that?
What?
Do the invoices say that?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
And the 708 board attorney cleared this, doing it this way.
We don't know that.
Well, I have a letter if you would like to see it.
You should have sent that before.
No, I can send it now.
Yeah, you can, then let's table it. Because I don't want to have to pay something that could possibly be on an expired contract.
No,
Then go ahead.
they're not
My
unexpired.
vote is going to be no on that.
Okay.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve payment of payroll bills for road district, general assistance, mental health board, town fund as presented?
Yes. Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay,
So is that all the bills, or did you remove the mental health board bills?
No, she said mental health.
Did you say mental health?
yeah, can I, how do,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
You're making me
I
question
was
myself.
listening.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Harney. Is there a discussion?
I think trustee Fixmer seconded it, didn't he? Did you?
It
Yeah.
was a close. I had Fixmer down, but it was
Okay.
close.
It was, okay. All right, either way. Okay.
Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
No. The motion carries and the payment of payroll and bills for road district, general assistant, town fund, and mental health board are approved as presented. Okay, the next item is executive session. Is there a reason to adjourn to executive session?
So I think during the break, after my discussions with several of the trustees, I think now I would propose a motion to amend the agenda to move item 9, executive session, and item 11.4, approval of job description for interim township administrator, to the end of new business together. So
So
at the
moved.
end of the meeting.
So,
Second.
Okay, so,
Get a vote. All in favor?
Madam Clerk?
Sorry, who motioned and who seconded?
I motioned,
Okay.
Henry seconded.
Okay, trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes. Okay, so we will move to the next item.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, this is where,
Okay, so I move to approve the following appointments and for the Community Mental Health Board as a slate. For a 4-year term from 3/1/26 to 2/28/30, Mr. Schaefer, Ken Schaefer, and Chris Kemp. And for an unexpired term through 12/31/27, Don Arimura.
is there a second?
Is there a second?
I'll second for the sake of discussion.
Okay, so the motion is made by me, seconded by trustee Harney. We can discuss.
You can discuss.
It's still, so the.
We would have a
Somebody else.
balance, basically.
Somebody else go.
I can't approve of
No.
Chris Kemp at all. I would prefer to see Amber Cotter and Don, I'm sorry. Yes, for the 2 full terms, and I would concede to Ken Schaefer for the unexpired, for the, that's right, unexpired.
Yeah, the 2.5-year term.
I would be able to compromise in that way.
That would work for me as well. But Mr. Kemp is a non-starter for me. It's unacceptable.
Okay, so Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
So,
You just vote no. But you gotta call the question, one way or the other.
Oh,
So you just vote no if you disagree with her.
discussion's over. Is that, you want to say anything?
Thank you.
no, I agree.
I mean,
No,
Okay.
no to Chris.
All right, so we, yeah.
Go ahead, Agnes.
Trustee Day?
No.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
No.
Trustee Harney?
No.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes. Okay. The motion carries and the appointment is not approved as presented. For the second vacancy, well, we already went through that. Okay. The first item of new business is approval of fiscal year 2027 Dundee Township tentative budget and appropriations ordinance. Earlier this evening, we had a special budget workshop meeting in which the fiscal year 2027 township budget was presented in accordance with the municipal budget law. The tentative fiscal year 2027 town fund general assistance community health mental health board budget appropriations ordinance will be made available for public inspection for at least 30 days, and a public hearing will be scheduled on the budget and appropriations ordinance in advance of a future board meeting. Is there a motion to approve the tentative fiscal year 2027 town fund general assistance community mental health board budget and appropriations ordinance as presented?
I'll motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Harney. Is there a discussion? Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes. The motion carries and the tentative fiscal budget for 2027 is hereby approved as presented.
You don't have to read all this again. You could just say the same will apply for the road district. If you get a motion to approve, sure.
Yeah, so is there a motion to approve tentative fiscal budget 2027 for the road district budget and appropriations ordinance as presented?
So moved.
Okay. So the motion is made by me and seconded by trustee Harney. Is there a discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes, the motion carries and the tentative fiscal year 2027 road district budget and appropriations ordinance is approved as presented. Okay, the next item on the agenda is annual town meeting agenda and location. Is there a motion to approve the agenda and location for the annual town meeting to be held on April 14th, 2026 as presented? It's going to be at the Park District, right? Okay.
The Rec House Center and the adult activities room.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Fixmer. Is there a discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
Yes, the motion carries and the agenda and location for the annual meeting are approved as presented. Okay, so the next item is job description.
Yeah, so we do the next one.
What is the next? The next item is new business is resolution in form ad hoc township administrators. No, Mr. Kimsey, we're tabling that too, right?
No, I believe,
Should we go for this?
yeah, so see if there's a motion. You just ask for if there's a motion.
Okay, is there a motion to, what is
On the
that?
next item, yeah, we should just read the.
Resolution
Motion.
to form ad hoc township administrator search committee. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll
Second?
second.
Okay, the motion is made by trustee Harney and seconded by trustee Day. Is there a discussion?
I have some things for discussion.
Okay.
Sorry, because
Oh, yeah.
there's some blanks in the resolution.
Okay.
So I think the blanks would need to be, do you have it, can I steal your copy
Sure.
since you're prepared and I'm not?
Yeah.
So we need to say how long the committee shall exist for, and no, not to exceed, so I would say like 90 days or something like that.
Okay.
Or another time as the trustees would, and the board would see fit to determine, and then who would be how many members and who would be the chair. And the way we've structured is that the chair would pick the other members.
Okay. I say 90 days, the search committee. How about the rest of you?
You can extend it,
90 days, Melissa, is that okay with you? Okay?
or you can finish early.
30 days, 60 days?
We can make it less, but 90 days.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't want to rush it. Yeah.
And then the other one would be to pick a chair. Who picks the members? Or you can pick the members.
I would like to have all 4 trustees on the search committee. Melissa?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we would get a motion to amend the current motion as stated by the trustee. So for 90 days, a duration of the committee, and for the members to be the 4 trustees. Who made the motion?
Did I?
Um,
Who made that motion?
That was trustee Harney and then you seconded.
So do you agree? You agree with the?
That's good with
And
me.
you agree with the amendment?
Yes.
All right, so then we would call the question on the motion as amended. So you could
the
just,
question on the motion is amended.
you got it. So then
Okay.
if there's no more discussion,
If there's no more discussion, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
No. The motion carries and the item is being approved for,
as amended.
as amended. Okay, what is the next item? Okay, Summit Square, am I going to that?
Yep.
Okay, the next item is new business is approval of appointment of Summit Square Owners Association representative. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Fixmer. Is there a discussion?
Who are you gonna appoint?
Who are you going to appoint? Thank you. I'm like, did I miss something?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. You're quick to get out. You wanna, so I think now discussion, and then we can get an amendment, so it's fine.
I would like to nominate trustee Day to represent the township on the owner's board.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
So we'll get a motion to amend.
So I will motion to amend that I
Well, so we
am,
just gotta get the consent for the person who motioned, so you consent to your own
Yes.
appointment, okay?
I consent.
Okay, so now we can get them on amended. That's a friendly amendment, so we don't have to vote twice.
okay.
So the rules allow that, otherwise you'd all really hate me, so.
Fixmer seconded, does he have to?
I motioned,
No, I
Melissa-
motioned.
Oh, you motioned, okay.
And then I think Fixmer, did you say you seconded?
I don't remember.
Because I had you
Well,
on.
if you did second, do you consent?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's getting late.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
I'm going to abstain. Okay, the motion carries and the appointment is hereby approved as presented. Congratulations,
As
Trustee Day.
amended.
Thank you.
But it's okay.
As amended.
Yeah.
Okay, the next item of new business is approval of intergovernmental agreement between Dundee Township and Community Mental Health Board. Is there a motion?
I move to motion the intergovernmental agreement between the Dundee Township and the Dundee Township Community Health Board, Mental Health Board as presented.
Is there a second?
I'll second. For the sake of discussion, we need an effective date.
Okay, we can discuss.
When should that be?
So either, we don't need it, there's a blank in this one, but that's to fill it in, so it would be approved by this board as of today. And then if and when the mental health board approves it, it would become effective. So that's not a blank that we need to fill in right now.
Okay, all right, we'll fill it in.
I know the blanks,
Yeah, okay.
What does the IGA do?
So I can give a brief overview of what the
Yes,
idea was
yes,
doing.
please.
So this is one piece of, kind of a multi-piece IGA that we've done for other clients before. So what this would do is allow the township and the mental health board to share staff. And there would be, it essentially does the accounting magic, as I said earlier. So, for example, if the interim administrator was to do work for the mental health board, she would keep track of her hours, right, and turn in a timesheet, and that would get reimbursed from the mental health board, right? The idea behind that is, for example, where there's a bigger operation, right, and there's a full-time staff, there's shared staff between, sometimes there's a director of the mental health board, but there's staff, administrative staff that's shared under that person. So this allows that and just, ensures that it's properly accounted for and properly, compensated out of the right bucket.
Okay.
So can we make an exemption for GA? Because it says Dundee, huh?
Doesn't apply to GA.
So why not specify it?
Well,
We can't we?
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think you have independent corporate capacity.
Okay, fine.
But you
All
can
right,
just
then.
say no anyway if they
I'm
want
going
do
to.
that.
All right then, is there a motion to approve intergovernmental agreement between Dundee Township and Dundee Township Community Mental Health Board to share staff resources?
Well, we already got a motion, we got a second, so we should call
Second.
the question.
Don't we have a second? Didn't Henry second?
Yep, I'm saying
Yeah.
you just-
All we have to do
Trustee
is-
Harney seconded.
Okay.
Madam Clerk,
What
please
did
call
you
the
do?
roll.
Trustee Day?
Yes.
Trustee Drake? Trustee Fixmer?
Yes.
Trustee Harney?
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw?
I'm going to abstain. All right, the motion carries and the appointment is hereby approved as presented. Okay, it's not the final item, is it?
Almost.
Okay, new business is, final item of the new business is office space for township clerk. Is there a motion?
I will move that we establish office space for the township clerk.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion?
What, in talking between Ms. Beacon and Clark, I had to make sure I said that right. They've decided that the best arrangement from their perspective is the administrator's office and just to put a desk in there. That way the clerk has access to the all of the records that are back there and the computers and everything like that. And they both like it, and I don't think the rest of us care at all what you like to do, as long as you're happy. And so that's the explanation for this. We'll have to get a desk in there and file cabinets and whatever's needed. And so I don't know if can we do that with this motion? Can we accommodate or give permission for buying things like that, or?
Yeah, what I would recommend is like a not to exceed amount, like, so to amend the motion to include like a not to exceed amount to furnish, with appropriate office.
Okay. Katie, do you have any idea what a desk and a chair and what is needed would even be in a ballpark figure?
I mean, they just say, give me $1,000, I don't, I'll call Ranky.
Is that enough?
I don't know, but I think so.
Let's say 1,500. Okay, I'm gonna say not to exceed 1,500.
You good with that? I'll second.
Okay, so what are we doing now? Amend the budget,
So you made the motion, who seconded the motion?
I did.
So you both agree with that amendment?
Yep.
Not to exceed 1,500?
Mhm.
So to establish office space for the clerk, I think it was discussed that it would be in the administrator's office
yes.
for furnishings.
Can I have a question?
Yeah.
Where was the clerk previously?
I thought she was with you. No, I'm
The clerk does not have an office at this point, is my understanding.
Never has.
It's kind of like Kirby, right? Kirby's still there?
Yeah, well, he's gone now, yeah.
No, this entire second floor, okay.
Well, before, when Bob Block was the office administrator, he was also the clerk. And then there was a cubicle back in that office for that kind of thing. That cubicle was removed over the last time, and I don't know where Autumn's, the previous clerk, where she kept up, but
Okay. I was just curious.
yeah. It's
All right,
been fungible over time, I'm sorry.
That's fine. The motion carries and the appointment, or not, it's not the appointment, the motion.
You would need to vote.
Yeah, we have to vote.
I really think I just voted in my mind. All right, Madam Clerk, please call the, I know it's past 9.
We don't even know what we said
Goodness.
anymore.
Trustee Day,
Yes.
Trustee Drake, Trustee Fixmer,
Yes.
Trustee Harney.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw.
I'll abstain. So the motion carries, and can you say all that stuff that just happened?
As amended.
Yes, has
To
amended.
establish office space for the clerk, as amended.
To establish office space for the clerk as amended, not to exceed
You
$1,500.
got it?
All right.
Now, at this time, I would propose a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the township.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
Trustee Day,
Yes.
Trustee Drake, Trustee Fixmer,
Yes.
Trustee Harney.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw.
Yes. So we're back.
Sorry, Liz.
We are out of executive session and back into regular session at 9:51 p.m. Can I get a motion?
Get a roll call.
Oh, roll call.
Trustee Day,
Yes.
Trustee Drake,
Here.
Trustee Fixmer,
Here.
Trustee Harney.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw.
Here.
Here, I mean.
Okay, so the meeting is back in session.
Yes, I am.
Well,
I would propose a motion
Adjourn.
to approve the last item of, which would be the
motion to
administrator's-
approve the last item, which is the job description and
You got it. Somebody.
what is it? The hours, etc., whatever.
No, I don't think so. I think it's earlier. It's E.
Oh, resolution to, no,
Nope, next one. No, the prior
right here. No,
One more.
there's so much today. My goodness.
Hold on.
Business building,
Between the two of us,
I got it.
whatever the agenda item was.
Oh, you want the agenda?
Oh, it was 9. Remember you wrote
There
it
it
down,
is.
I think?
So
Yeah.
it's a job description for
Elected
interim
official
township
report.
administrator.
Yeah. So approval of job description for interim township administrator,
Subject to
And
final. attorney
subject
review
to final attorney review
and approval.
and approval. Can
I'll
we,
motion.
okay, and can we get a second?
Second.
Okay,
Got it.
Madam- Motion is made by trustee Day and seconded by trustee Harney. Can we get
Any discussion?
Sorry.
any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Trustee Day,
Yes.
Trustee Drake, Trustee Fixmer,
Yes.
Trustee Harney.
Yes.
Supervisor Shaw.
Abstain. So the motion passes as presented.
You got it.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
So
Motion.
moved. So moved.
Okay, motion is made,
Second.
seconded by trustee Harney and made by me. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. We are adjourned at 9:53 PM.